sounds like she's yelling, and it sounds like there's an echo to it. But they're saying it sounds like they're hearing talking continually. It's interesting. I mean, that would rule out an animal.
It was our thermal footage that made the biggest impression. There are these reports that on the 4th floor of this building, a little girl is always seen. We got this clear thermal hit up on the 4th floor.
So far, I haven't seen much. Some curtains flapping. Come here.
Wow. There are these reports that on the 4th floor of this building, a little girl is always seen. We got this clear thermal hit up on the 4th floor.
So far, I haven't seen much. Some curtains flapping. Come here. I just got a hit on this thermal imager.
Wow. It's pretty wild, right?
Yeah. It's a good piece. I like that.
The thing for me is, because it's broken up by sections of the window framing and some trees in front of the window, it's hard to get a clear image of what you're seeing there. But to me, it looks like there's possibly someone standing in that window.
Honestly, it looks like a head. It looks like a torso.
And a hand.
Yeah, and it looks like something, like almost a window frame is blocking out certain parts of it. That's a really nice sketch.
It clearly looks like it's in the building, not in the tree, by the way the camera moves and its position as you move.
I think somebody's in that window. I think that's a great catch.
With the Ghost Hunters' analysis that Habboro may well be a paranormal hotspot, we prepared to close the book on our expedition to northern Japan. Our journey had taken us thousands of miles to the frigid shores of Hokkaido Island. Here, a nearly forgotten chapter in Japan's history is being buried beneath the falling snow. Habboro is not alone. There were at one time more than 100 mines in operation in Japan. Today, there are 2. To date, more than 10,000 workers, including slave laborers, have died in these facilities. At the crumbling remains of Habboro, they seem to make their presence known to anyone who dares to come and listen.
Are we sitting in the place that you called home?
On a continent boasting an unmatched wealth of wild animals, the African nation of Tanzania may have the most riches of all. During the Great Migration alone, more than 1.6 million zebra, wildebeest, and gazelles travel across the country in search of food and water. Now, hundreds of years of mythology and recent eyewitness reports are leading many to believe that a mysterious beast has been living uncatalogued in the Tanzanian wilderness. The Mingwa is a massive predatory feline that locals believe is larger and more ferocious than any big cat in Africa. We combined all available eyewitness data to generate a virtual dossier of the creature. Legend says that the Mingwa prowls the grassy plains of Tanzania's seemingly endless savannas. Gray fur provides perfect camouflage for this nocturnal carnivore. The Mingwa is reported to be massive, tipping the scales at more than 400 pounds. Bearing huge claws, a powerful jaw, and enormous teeth, local tribes believe the beast is a man-eater. With a roar reportedly similar to a lion and cat-like tracks, the Mingwa could be Africa's largest and most elusive undiscovered feline. With plenty of known predators, this would be an extremely dangerous investigation. After all, in the extreme wilderness of the Serengeti, the hunters can quickly become the hunted. We flew 9,600 miles east from Los Angeles and landed in the bustling African city of Arusha. Located on the edge of Tanzania's stunning national parks, we had no problem tracking down a rugged 4x4 for our journey into the wild. We piled into the car, ready to hit the ground running. Busted starter motor. Guys, you're gonna have to push it and I'll have to pop the clutch. You ready? Push! 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 Everybody push! Everybody keep pushing! Yeah! Once we got our car started, we began our investigation with a visit to Tanzania's Natural History Museum. Considering the country's abundance of exotic wildlife, the museum's initial offerings left me a little underwhelmed. Here it is, folks, the absolute worst display in any museum in the world. This is a fascinating piece. This is actually the first recorded time in history that anybody ever used the old yawn arm move on a first date. But, you know, she's hip to it. He's so busy trying to make a move, though, that he doesn't see the volcanoes about to kill them both. Worst first date ever. I met with the museum's curator, who showed me photographs of recently discovered cave drawings. Tribes have very specific ways of representing each predator, and these particular drawings appear to show an animal unknown to science. When you look at this, what does this indicate to you?
There is a war between these two, from the human and this animal.
Do you think this is a lion?
No, to me this is different than a lion. Look at the claws. There are too many. And also the way tail looks is too long. It's possible. The creature can be found, but we haven't seen it. Or it has been seen here in the past. It has disappeared.
Before we headed into the rugged Tanzanian countryside, we needed to learn more about the treacherous terrain ahead. I arranged a meeting with Richard Beatty, a hunter and guide knowledgeable in the Mingwa legend and the danger-filled grasslands we'd be exploring. Richard, where would you direct me if I was looking for the creature?
You know, I think you need to go somewhere where civilization hasn't really reached yet, somewhere that's still quite remote. I think probably the best people to talk to would be something like the Hadzabe people. They're a nomadic hunter-gatherer tribe. If anybody's still seen this thing around, then they're the people who would have that information.
And how do I find them?
You know, they're nomadic, so they move around a lot, but one of the areas that you can probably track them down is going to be south of Ngorongoro. They wander through there. They're going to be hard to find, though. You have to be real careful out there. There's a lot of wild animals, and a lot of them can be after you and be quite dangerous.
MapQuest hasn't exactly got this part of the world covered, so we did our best to get some old-fashioned directions.
Use the lake as a guide.
Take a left at the bush.
Take a left at the bush, right at the baobab tree, then straight on past the giraffe.
We got back in the Land Rover and started our drive 100 miles to the west where Richard said we could find the Hadzabe tribesmen. Despite the lack of cars on the road, we still encountered a traffic jam. Eventually, the miles of asphalt gave way to the endless dirt roads of the untamed Serengeti. We marveled at sweeping vistas and a diversity of wildlife found nowhere else on Earth. The animals that roam free here are simply a wonder, and even the larger varieties can sneak right up on you. Oh my God.
Elephants. Guys, be very, very quiet. Elephants.
Mike and Bobby showed off their best Dr. Livingston impressions.
Elephant! Come hither!
Don't be shy, Elephant.
Show yourself.
There you are.
Do you think he has a name?
It's Gary.
Rodney.
Gary.
Rodney.
Yeah.
God, I hope it tramples them.
As we ventured deeper into the plains, not getting lost became the priority. Was it a left of the giraffes or a right? Around the wildebeests. Around the wildebeests. Lake Manyara's over there. Okay, hold on. I think it might be behind us. Does anybody here read Swahili? Hang on. Trees. This is not the best road in Africa. I'm actually not sure it's a road at all. After more than 6 hours of technical backcountry driving, we finally came across the elusive Hadzabe tribesmen. At their camp, we were fortunate enough to meet a traveling game ranger who, lucky for us, could translate their language. What exactly happened to you? You were attacked?
The animal tried to attack him, and he actually shot with an arrow, but the animal jumps and claws his right leg.
How can you be sure this isn't just a large lion?
The Mingwa looks like a lion, but it's more muscular than a lion. It's having, a big, large body and very long claws.
I can't help but notice that you're carrying a lot of arrows and a bow. Do I need to protect myself if I'm going to go out here at night?
They'll teach you to use the bow and arrow because you're in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, I'll give it a whirl. Yeah, let's do it. I jumped at the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for an archery lesson from the best bow hunters in the world. All it took was a few quick pointers from the Hadzabe to harness my innate talent. Oh! Stop it. Stop it. It's unbelievable. Look, right in the termite mound. Unbelievable. Yeah?
I'm a Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter. Harry Potter, boy wizard, right here. I shoot like a wizard. With my considerable archery skills falling somewhere between Gina Davis and Robin Hood, I gave the rest of the crew a chance to try their luck. Okay, Legolas, come on. Finally, it was Mike's turn to give it a go. Mike, who's running the audio right now?
Yeah, don't worry about it. I got a guy. Hey,
how's it sound? Sounds good?
I got this! I got this! I got this!
Oh, I don't have this. Get back to your post. With our lesson complete, we asked the Hadzabe warriors to send us in the right direction. Literally. Thanks, guys. See you later. We headed to the area where the tribesmen said we'd have the best chance of finding the Mingwa. After driving 20 miles east, we came to a stop and established our base of operations. In the safety of an open clearing, we set up monitors and recording decks tethered to multiple infrared cameras around the area. In addition, we concealed motion-activated digital game cameras throughout the savannah. Finally, our camp was protected by a laser perimeter fence, programmed to alarm if any animal crossed its invisible barrier.
All right, guys. Tonight's going to be a really challenging investigation. We are in one of the most dangerous environments on Earth to be wandering around in at night. We're going to divide the teams up. I'll take the 4x4 out. We'll conduct sweeps in the vehicle, and we'll also try to get out on foot. Bobby, you'll head out with Dan and Sean, search the perimeter around base camp, and then try to strike out from there. Vanessa, you'll be back here at base camp. Ready, guys?
Yeah.
Do it.